Is this healthy? I don't know. Does it keep me going? Yes, it absolutely does. Hi, I'm Ariana Madix, and this is my Women's Health Body Scan. My favorite body part of mine is my legs. I hated them for so long because I thought they were short and had cellulite and all kinds of stupid stuff, but my legs just got me to third place on Dancing with the Stars, and so I could not be more grateful for them. Currently, right now in this very moment, my workout routine is rest, rest, rest. During Dancing with the Stars, it was obviously dance, dance, dance. And before that, it was a lot of regular weightlifting and trying to build muscle through lifting heavy weights, which I actually really enjoy. For me, a body part that I feel like I have to show off is my butt. I like my butt. A meal that I like to go to that makes me feel good, gives me comfort, and also makes me feel healthy is honestly any kind of soup. I always keep broth in the pantry, whether it be bone broth or vegetable broth or anything. And even if I don't have anything to make soup for myself, but I really wanna have that feeling, I will put broth in a bowl, heat it up, and just drink it, and it makes me feel great. Something that I always have to have as a snack, whether it's in the pantry or when I'm on the go, is seaweed snacks. I'm obsessed with the texture. I just love to eat sheets of seaweed. Something that I always have to have with me as a go-to beverage is Celsius. Is this healthy? I don't know. Does it keep me going? Yes, it absolutely does. It keeps the Energizer Bunny going, essentially. I do have one serious scar. It's right here, actually. I had melanoma stage 1 removed in 2018. I also have a scar under my arm from where lymph nodes were removed, but the one that's really visible is the one on the chest. My biggest advice to anyone is do not set foot in a tanning bed. I was not necessarily prone to something like that, but the amount of time that I spent in a tanning bed in the early 2000s really did me in. So that's my scar, but I'm proud of it. Serious injuries I've had, I've broken bones. When I was in preschool, I dislocated my left elbow doing a cartwheel for the first time. Saw the big kids doing it, really wanted to be like the big girls. Didn't work out for me. I broke my left wrist in elementary school. I was on the rings at the playground and my friend was pushing me, and the idea was jump off the rings in the same way you jump off the swing and see how far you can get. And I slid in the sand and I caught myself behind and I broke my left wrist. And then also in elementary school, I'm a horse girl, and me and my other horse girl friends were playing hide and seek, and I thought I should hide in this horse's stall. And I was essentially underneath this horse, and the guy that worked at the barn was going around filling up horses' water buckets for the evening. And as soon as that water hose unkinked hit the bucket and it made the splashing sound, the horse that I was underneath was a little startled and then said, "What the hell is underneath my belly?" And then the two of us rolled around in the stall together. I was stepped on and about the size of a horse hoof, broke my right wrist in 2 places. I actually have 3 tattoos. My first one was Spring Break 06, Miami, and it was a heart, and now it kind of looks like a blob. My second tattoo was this. It says Per Aspera ad Astra. That means through hardships to the stars. I'm from the Space Coast of Florida, and this is also written on the Apollo 1 memorial. It has a lot of meaning for me as a Space Coast native. And then I have a third tattoo that I just got this year, and it's a little alien, another space themed tattoo. And I got this at Coachella from John Boy, who is a really great New York tattoo artist at Bang Bang Tattoo. I'm totally open to more. I think I'm gonna be sticking with the space theme. The alien one was one that I was excited to get because it felt a little bit like I was doing something kind of wild, like on a whim at a festival. My love language is quality time. I always feel like time is a resource that none of us can ever get enough of. And so if I'm giving and receiving quality time from another person, I think that's like super meaningful. I think the biggest thing for me with my skin is consistency, because my actual routine can be all over the place, but there's 1 or 2 things that are an absolute must no matter what, and that is making sure that my face is clean before I go to bed. So I know that makeup wipes are considered not the best, but But if I have makeup wipes next to the bed, I'd much rather use makeup wipes than go to bed with a full face of makeup on, which I am prone to do if I'm super exhausted. I will not lie, after a couple of times of Dancing with the Stars, I did fall asleep with my full show glam, which is gross, but it happened. And then my other big thing that is a never miss is sunscreen. I typically use Elta MD sunscreen. I find that that has been the best as far as my skin, and they have a tinted version and they have like really high SPF. And that's typically the two things that I cannot not do because my routine as a whole is like all over the place. So for my hair, I think the biggest thing is just if I can go with not doing anything to it, I let it have a break. So I will maybe have it styled for something and then give it a wash, and as many days as I can, just have it in a bun and do nothing. That's what I'll do. I love the DP Hue rinses. I use those a lot on days where it's like, okay, I don't really think that washing my hair, I don't want to dry it out. My hair is very fine. I do have extensions, but my real hair, my actual hair is very fine and can be prone to breakage. So if I'm washing it too much, it gets too dried out. So if I use one of those rinses, it kind of like gets rid of whatever is there, but then I'm not going the full tilt. I deal with anxiety and depression on a regular basis, and when I'm feeling super, super anxious, I found that the best way of getting through it is to talk about it. When I try to shoulder these things by myself, that's when it starts to get out of control. So if I bring it up to any friend or family who's around me who I can say, hey, I'm feeling anxious about this or that, it gets a conversation going. And it helps me be able to talk through it. Also, my therapist, she recommended something when I would be super anxious about a situation. She would say, okay, well, what is the worst case scenario? And why don't we just actually play that out right now? And it becomes a thing where you realize that even if the worst case scenario happens, that you can handle it and you can deal with it. You know, let's say before my freestyle on Dancing with the Stars in the finale, my biggest fear every time we ran it was that I was gonna fall down the stairs in front of everyone, millions of people on live television. The way to deal with that was to go, okay, let's say I do fall down the stairs. Then what? So the then what is, well, I'll get up and I'll find where I am in the music and I'll keep dancing. And then at the end of it, it'll be like, hey, you fell, but you kept going. And look at that, we survived, you know? And so that's something that I felt has helped me a lot.